Hello everyone, welcome to ICSE English Academy. In this video, I am going to highlight some of the points from Act 2, Scene 1. In the last video, we have seen that all the conspirators will come to the house of Brutus. They will be standing at the gate of Brutus, where Lucius will come and he will bring the message to Brutus that he is not able to identify who is standing at the gate except Cassius. And he says that all these conspirators, they have covered their faces completely. They have pulled their hats till their ears and they have covered their faces with their cloaks. Because of that, he was not able to find out who is standing at the gate. Then Brutus will immediately think, he will come to know all those are the conspirators who have come with Cassius. So he thinks, what a kind of shame it is for the conspiracy. At night itself, they are covering their faces. And what will happen if they come at the daytime? They are not able to come in front of the people without hiding their identity because of their guilt. So what a kind of crime is going to take place at Rome, and because of that crime which is going to take place, because they are doing such a shameful act which is guilty, they are covering their faces. Brutus thinks what a shame it is. Even if they go and hide their faces in the deep caves with full of darkness, they may not be getting a place to hide their faces. Even the Erebus, that is the hell which is full of darkness, will not be enough for them to hide their guilt. So Brutus thinks that instead of doing all these things, they have to smile and pretend that they are good. Then all the conspirators will come inside. Everybody, that is Cassius, Casca, Cinna, Metellus, Cimber, Trebonius, everyone will introduce themselves to Brutus. Brutus will greet all of them one by one, and he will question them, what made you to come here at this time of night? Then Cassius will tell them, all these men who are assembled here with a plan, with an enterprise, which is a noble task, noble enterprise, are here to meet you, and each one of them know your virtue. How noble you are, all of them know it very well. That's what he says. After introducing themselves, Cassius suggests Brutus, it is better all of us will take the oath now. So, even in those days also, almost in every country it is there, taking the oath. Before getting into some kind of venture, they used to take the oath. Even every country has got that practice. But Rome is famous for keeping up their word. They say Roman word. So once they make a promise, they will not break it at any time. They are known for their keeping up their promise from the ancient time. Immediately Brutus will say, no need to take the oath. We are working for a noble cause, to save the Rome from the evil deeds which are going to happen. We are ready to sacrifice our lives itself. So why should we take the oath? Who all will take the oath? Priests, cowards, deceitful men, old feeble carrions, suffering souls should take an oath. Not people like us. We are working for a noble cause. And he says, every drop of blood in every Roman vein makes him honest. If he breaks the promise, whatever he has done, he will be a bastard. So he says like that very daringly, which means no Roman will ever break an oath. Once they have made a promise, they will keep up their word. So here we all have assembled for a noble cause. Everyone knows about it. Everyone has discussed with each other for what purpose we are doing this task. Then what is the need to take an oath? No need to take the oath. Like that Brutus declares. Then Cassius, Casca, everybody will accept the opinion of Brutus, because Brutus is the leader now. He is leading the entire conspiracy, though he is a very good friend of Caesar. For the sake of Rome, according to himself, he has taken up this task. Then Cassius will suggest, shall we include Cicero? Like that he asks. But Brutus rejects that. Brutus says, no need to take that person Cicero. And we have learnt about Cicero, one who describes everything what happened in the Lupercal festival, and he had a ferret eyes. Ferret eyes means the eyes like mongoose, which is always red in color. Then Brutus says, don't want to include Cicero into this project, because whatever other person has started, Cicero will never accept that, will never enter into that, and he will never perform properly. That's why we will keep him away from this enterprise. That's what Brutus says. For that also everybody will accept, because now Brutus is the leader. Then Decius Brutus, he will ask a question. Shall no other man be touched other than Julius Caesar? He is asking everybody, should only Julius Caesar be killed, or any other person also has to be killed for the purpose what we have undertaken? Immediately Cassius will say, yes, this is the right question you are asking. There's a right, very good thing you have asked. Mark Antony is most dearest to Julius Caesar. He is the most honest man. He is the noble person, and he may not accept this kind of tyranny against Caesar. So he too has to fall along with Caesar, which means he too has to be killed along with Caesar. That is the only way to make this enterprise a success. Mark Antony has to be killed. Like that Cassius suggests. But Brutus says, see, Brutus is really a noble person. He never wanted any kind of bloodshed in Rome unnecessarily. Just for the sake of good of Rome, according to him, because he is brainwashed by Cassius, he is ready to kill Caesar. Otherwise, he was not ready to kill Caesar. Brutus says, if we kill Mark Antony, the act of murder looks malicious, and it is very violent, like a bloody violence. It looks as if we have killed Julius Caesar for the sake of jealous, for the sake of revenge. We don't want that kind of bloodshed. See, if we can separate the spirit of Caesar from his body, if his spirit can be killed separately, there is no need to kill even Julius Caesar also. But it is not possible to kill like that. It is not possible to separate the spirit of Caesar from his body. That's why Caesar has to pay his life for the sake of Rome. And he tells two things. We are doing a great sacrifice for the country Rome, for the capital Rome. the murder of Caesar should look like the sacrifice, not like as if we are butchering the body of Caesar. We are sacrificers, we are not butcherers. And one more thing he says, we are perjurers, not murderers. Perjurers means we are purifying Rome. Caesar is getting killed for the purification of Rome, not for any other reason. That means we are doing good for Rome. But if we murder Mark Antony, it becomes senseless. We are shedding the blood unnecessarily. It looks very violent. So it should appear as if we have murdered Julius Caesar and offered his body to God. It should not look as if we have murdered Julius Caesar and his body is cut and it is offered to some dogs. So he says, at any cost, Antony should not be touched. But Cassius says, if Mark Antony is saved, he might prove dangerous. He might prove, because he is a very close friend of Caesar, he might change his attitude later and he might prove fatal to all our task or enterprise. But for that itself, he says, once the head is cut off, chopped off, what is the use of cutting the limbs? He says, Julius Caesar is like the head. Once the head is chopped, means cut, body is dead. Now Antony is like his limbs, his body parts. What will you do with the dead thing again? Do you want to cut the dead thing again? Once the head is chopped off, there won't be any life. Now, Antony is like his limb. What is the use of killing Antony after the death of Julius Caesar? He is totally powerless. He is totally helpless. But still Cassius says, still he will not believe. If he proves dangerous, if he proves fatal, for that also Brutus says, don't worry about Mark Antony. He is very good at sports, he is very good at merriment, that is enjoyment. So after some time he will be involved in all these things. He may not bother much about Julius Caesar. Or else, if he is too much attached to Caesar, what will happen to him? He might lose his life himself. That is, he might commit suicide. So, in both the ways, he is harmless to us. He will not do any kind of harm to anybody. Then, they all will say, it is time to disperse. It is already late, it is time to disperse. But Trebonius tells, Cassius says, so many superstitious things are going on in the city of Rome. Evil things are happening in the capital. Seeing all those things, Julius Caesar may not come to the capital on the Ides of March. Then what will happen? Because he is worried. There are so many things which we have already studied. The lightning is there, thunderbolt is there, lion is walking in the capital freely and without harming the people. A person is raising his left hand with which is burning, as if 20 torches together are burning, and 100 ghastly women are seen, and they have declared that they have seen so many men walking up and down on the street in fire. So like this, and the bird of night, that is the owl, is sitting at the marketplace. They are bringing with so many inauspicious things. evil things which are happening. So here he says, looking at all those things, if he does not come to the capital, how can we assassinate him? All our plan becomes a failure. Then Decius Brutus says, don't worry, I have a plan for that. I know the trick. He says, like how the unicorn can be captured hiding behind the trees, like how the bears can be trapped with the glasses, like how the elephants can be captured by digging the pits, like how the men can be captured by flattery. Likewise, I will bring Julius Caesar. I will tell Caesar, Caesar, you hate flattery. I'll use this sentence. That itself is flattery. And immediately Caesar will become very happy listening to my words and he will accept to come. Then, Metellus Cimber suggests about Caius Ligarius. How come we have forgotten Caius Ligarius? Because he is also a person who is disliked by Julius Caesar. In the past, he spoke in favor of Pompey. He praised Pompey in front of Julius Caesar, for which Caesar punished him. That's why he is an enemy of Caesar. I think it is better if we include him also into our plan. Then Brutus says, all right, tell him to come and meet me, so that we can include Caius Ligarius also into our enterprise. Then Cassius suggests that it's already time. The clock has struck 3 o'clock. It's already, we have to disperse now. Let us all disperse from here, because very less time is left for the daybreak. Then Brutus will greet all of them and he says, all right friends, have fresh look, cheer up, because if you are in a sleepy mode, it will reveal all our purposes. Our identity will be revealed to everyone. So how you should look? You have to look with a fresh face, like the Roman actors who are always fresh. Like that he greets them. Then all of them, they will move one by one. And Brutus is in his room, and he saw his servant Lucius, who was sleeping happily. Every time it is shown in the play as if Lucius is slept nicely. So here also Brutus once again notices he is sleeping happily. Brutus says, see how nicely you are sleeping, Lucius, because you do not get any moving appearances, any kind of fantasies in your sleep. But I cannot sleep like you. Like that he was just thinking, by that time Portia will enter. So what will happen, what conversation will happen between Portia and Brutus, we will see it in the next video. Thank you very much for watching the video. All of you, please subscribe and motivate me to upload more and more videos. Thanks once again.